Welcome in, everyone. Our top story at this noon hour. Pope Francis has died at the age of 88, less than 24 hours after Easter Mass. Taking a live look at the Vatican, where people are in mourning in St. Peter's Square while reflecting on the life of the pontiff, who leaves a legacy as a Catholic Church reformer. As Catholics around the world mourn the death of Pope Francis, the Vatican is preparing for what comes next. Funeral rites for Pope Francis will include lying in state and having a funeral within a week. Then, as all of this happens, the process of selecting a new pope also begins. That process is known as conclave, where the highest-ranking cardinals from around the world are locked in a room until they decide among themselves who will be the next leader of the world's largest religion. A conclave is convened between 15 and 20 days after Francis's passing. But until then, the focus will be on honoring the memory and legacy of Pope Francis. Now, among those paying their respects this afternoon, Utah Catholics are joining them in mourning. News specialist Brian Carlson is live at the Cathedral of the Madeleine here in Salt Lake City. Brian, let's talk about what members of the faith are sharing with you today.
Well, they're telling me that they're heartbroken. They say that Pope Francis is a leader they loved and connected with. And for those watching at home, you can probably hear the bells are ringing at the Cathedral of the Madeleine. This is meant to show they're ringing this hour to convey that Utah Catholics are joining those worldwide in mourning.
Be it in worship or solemn song, dozens of Utah Catholics gathered inside Salt Lake's Cathedral of the Madeleine. From Monday morning Mass to pay their respects to the late Pope Francis.
It's really heartbreaking, honestly.
I'm sad and still waiting for the big tears to come. I'm here to unite my prayers with all the good works that he did in his life.
Father Martin Diaz, the pastor of the cathedral, leading Mass today, says his death is almost impossible to believe.
We have lost this wonderful, wonderful person, this wonderful friend for the whole world.
Diaz says Pope Francis excelled at making everyone feel welcome and included in the faith.
Someone who reached out to the periphery, someone who reached out and brought in everyone, welcomed everyone.
The sole reason some showed up this morning.
I actually have not been to church in quite a while, and the Pope's passing really pushed me to come today. I feel like he's done so much for LGBTQ issues, things like that. He's really pushed forward with that, and that meant a lot to me, a lot of my members of my family.
Embodying what local leaders believe is the heart of the gospel of Christ.
When we read the Gospels, that's what Jesus did, reaching out to those who were forgotten, those who were lost.
Now, Father Diaz also says they'll have a more formal service remembering Pope Francis tomorrow night. That diocesan Mass starts at 5:15, and Bishop Solis will be presiding. Live here in downtown Salt Lake, Brian Carlson, KSL 5 News. Back to you.
Brian, those bells ringing very loud and clear for the leader of more than 1 billion Roman Catholics around the world. Brian, thank you. Well, the first presidency for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints releasing a statement on the Pope's death, saying in part, "We join the world in mourning the passing of His Holiness Pope Francis. We feel deep gratitude for the goodness of a life well lived and rejoice in the hope of a glorious resurrection made possible through the atoning sacrifice of Jesus Christ." And Utah Catholic schools reacting to the news of the Pope's death, posting on social media, saying in part, quote, "As a community of faith, we join the Church in mourning the passing of Pope Francis, a humble servant who led with compassion and simplicity." We will continue to bring you any updates from the Vatican throughout the day. Stick with us on air, online, and on the free KSL Plus app for the very latest. Coming up in the next half hour, we'll give a look back on Pope Francis's life and his legacy.